Let me tell you about my friend Derek. Derek bought a concert ticket. 60 bucks. He'd been looking forward to it for weeks. Some indie band he loved in college. The night comes around and it's like the worst weather imaginable. Freezing rain. He's exhausted from a 12-hour workday. His couch is right there. His Netflix queue is calling his name. And here's the thing. He doesn't even that much want to go anymore. But he goes anyway. Why? Because $60. He stands in the rain for 3 hours, miserable, barely hearing the music over the wind. He gets home soaked, sick the next day, and misses work, which, by the way, costs him way more than 60 bucks in lost hours. All because of $60 he had already spent. That $60? Gone either way. Derek going or not going doesn't bring it back. The universe doesn't refund your ticket because you showed up wet and unhappy. Derek made himself suffer for money that no longer existed. That, right there, is a sunk cost. So here's the concept, and I want to say it clean so it sticks. A sunk cost is money or time or effort that you've already spent and can't get back. The sunk part is doing all the work. Like a ship that's already at the bottom of the ocean. You're not swimming down there to get it. It's gone. The only question that matters now is, what do I do next? Rational choice theory, which is economists speak for thinking clearly, says you should make decisions based on future costs and benefits only. The past is done. You can't undo it, so don't factor it in. Easy to say, incredibly hard to actually do. Because here's what our brains do instead. Our brains go, but I already put so much into this. If I quit now, all of that was for nothing. And that feeling, that sick, heavy, I can't let it go feeling, that's called the sunk cost fallacy. Fallacy meaning a mistake in thinking, a trap. Let me give you another one because Derek's story is cute, but the real damage happens at a much larger scale. Sarah has been in a relationship for 4 years. It started good. It's been bad for, honestly, like 2 of those 4 years. But every time she thinks about leaving, she thinks, 4 years. 4 years of dinners and fights and compromises and building a life together. If she leaves now, what was all of that? So she stays another year. And another. She's not staying because the relationship is good. She's staying because of time she's already spent. Time that, and this is the brutal part, she cannot get back whether she stays or goes. The 4 years are sunk. They happened. The only decision available to Sarah is, what does the next year look like? Does she want year 5 to look like years 3 and 4? Or does she want something different? That's it. That's the whole question. The 4 years behind her are not a factor. They feel like a factor. They feel like the factor. But they're not. Or take a business version because these are maybe the most costly. A startup spends $2 million building a product. A year in, all the data is saying, people don't want this. Every user test, every metric, every conversation with potential customers, it's all pointing the same direction. This isn't working. But the founders have spent $2 million, so they spend another $1 million trying to fix it. Then another. They're not spending that money because they genuinely think it'll work. They're spending it because they already spent $2 million, and stopping now feels like admitting those $2 million were wasted. So now they've wasted $3 million instead. There's actually a term in the startup world for this, throwing good money after bad. And it happens constantly. Not because these people are stupid, a lot of them are brilliant. It happens because the sunk cost fallacy is hardwired into us. Why? Why are our brains like this? 2 reasons. And these come from behavioral economists, fancy term for people who study why humans make irrational financial decisions, which it turns out is basically all the time. Reason 1. Loss aversion. Daniel Kahneman, Nobel Prize, huge deal, found that losses hurt about twice as much as equivalent gains feel good. Losing 20 bucks stings roughly twice as hard as finding 20 bucks feels good. So when we've lost money or time by spending it, We're desperate to make it not a loss. We keep going because stopping means confirming the loss, and our brain really doesn't want to do that. Reason 2. Consistency pressure. We want to be consistent. We want our past decisions to have been smart. If I spent 4 years in a relationship, walking away feels like admitting I was wrong to stay. If I've been in this job for 6 years, quitting feels like saying those 6 years were a mistake. Our ego gets tangled up in our past choices. Cutting your losses requires saying, "That choice wasn't great, and I'm going to make a better one now," which takes a specific kind of courage. Okay, so how do you actually get out of this trap? How do you think about it differently? Here's the reframe that I think actually works. Pretend you're a new person who just arrived. No history, no sunk costs. You just teleported into your current situation with zero prior investment. Would you, starting fresh, choose to continue? Would Derek, arriving at the venue with no ticket, pay $60 to stand in the rain feeling miserable? No. He'd go home. Would Sarah, meeting this person for the first time today, choose to start a relationship with them? If the honest answer is no, that's information. Would the startup founders, given $2 million in the current product data, choose to invest it in this product? Or would they do something else? Strip away the history. Ask, given where I am right now, what's the best move forward? This is weirdly liberating once it clicks, because it means you're never stuck with a past decision. You always get to make a new one. One more thing, and this one's important. Sunk cost thinking isn't always wrong in the way it feels. Sometimes the right answer is to keep going. Sometimes things get hard before they get good, and pushing through is actually the right call. The difference is, are you continuing because you genuinely believe the future will be worth it? Or are you continuing to avoid confronting the past? Those are different reasons. One is forward-looking. One is backward-looking. You're allowed to say, "I've put a lot into this and I still believe in it." That's not the sunk cost fallacy. That's conviction. The fallacy is when you stay only because you've already stayed. When the 4 years are the argument, not the relationship. When the ticket price is the reason, not the concert. So, Derek, if you're listening, and you know who you are, next time it's raining and you don't want to go, stay home. Watch Netflix. The $60 is already at the bottom of the ocean. The ship has sunk. You don't have to go down with it.